This is where we're going to build a studio. It serves as a garage, it serves as a workshop, and very soon there will be a green screen backdrop there as well as some lights. But the first thing we need to do is clear out some space, build some shelving, move all the stuff on the shelving, and then we'll have space for the actual studio.
610s then, yeah?
Yeah.
You describe in pencil?
What is pencil?
Keep going. Doing a bit of camera. Having a great bit of camera.
I handled that.
Yeah.
Cut these with your eyes closed or something, Cooksey.
Yes, I didn't want to get splinters in them.
Exactly.
Are you doing real things there, Andy, or are you just playing up with the camera?
15 years in the trade. Not everyone knows this trick.
What are you doing?
Electrical wiring, which is slightly worrying, but I'm completely competent and confident.
The boy's in the bed. Are those my ones or are those your ones? Oh, mine are on my head. You may have noticed this is quite a DIY operation, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is cost. We don't have much money, so we're trying to make this as cheap as possible. We can do a lot of rapid prototyping, we can get hands-on, we can move things, shift it around without a big, heavy cost investment. We've just connected some lights up. These are going to be our kind of green screen lights for a bit. We'll talk about that in a little bit, actually, but essentially we're going with fairly DIY home solution lights for the green screen, at least, and see how it works. And then we haven't really sunk much cost into it.
The small budget approach, but it's going to have a lot of success.
The no budget approach.
Yeah, there you go.
Want a bolt on the top of this bit too?
No.
We need to get our green roll down in here, but obviously we've got this big bit of metal in the way. So what we're doing is we're putting this piece of studding in, threaded rod, to hold the garage door mechanism up. Then we can cut that piece off, run our green screen roll down through there. Nice and easy.
Other way around, other way around.
All the way around? Hey, 3D, going right into the camera. Good, still got about this. Another monster?
I know what you want, I know what you need.
Well, I'm just putting a zip tie through the end of this so that this big old rod can't slide out and clock someone on the head.
I'd say multiple successes. Just keep an eye on this fella here, but I'd say he almost knows exactly what he's doing. What are you doing, mate?
Well, that roll down I put up earlier, turns out I did a terrible job.
Terrible.
So I'm having to add some extra pieces so that we can bring it a little further this way, away from these shelves. Otherwise, would have just rolled down on top of them.
This is our VP workstation, little mini workstation, so we can move it around, do some compositing.
We're getting there, Dimmy. We're getting there. We've got the power.
We're putting stuff up. We got some forward motion here. A lot of nice touches today. We're all good.
Ready? Oh, yeah.
Those on it. And then probably one in the middle as well. Dusty footprint, maybe. Oh.
Spider-Man.
Well, whatever works. Oh, this is great.
Look at that.
This is the nice touch green screen. The first one.
Woo-wee.
We have a green screen. We've got a roll down, and we even have lights. We need some more lights, so that's a job for tomorrow. In fact, there's a bunch of jobs for tomorrow. We need to finish the virtual production setup. We need to do some lights that are going to actually fill in the background a bit, so there's less shadows. And then we can practice. We can mess around with it and start doing a little bit of R&D. But it's been a busy day, so that's it for now.
Okay, so yesterday we had a super exciting day building out the studio with Dimmy and Crazy Horse. We got some nice storage sorted. We got the green screen mounted up, which is looking great. We got some lights out. Today, it's time to take the VP setup for its inaugural spin.
What are you struggling with?
The cold. It's cold. It's cold. Help me.
Got this warm fart in a British gale going on. Doesn't really do much.
Just send it straight into my bosom.
But we're doing pretty well so far. We've got obviously the green screen. We've got our camera set up. We've got like the HDMI coming out of here. Focus on that. HDMI coming out of here. We've got our tracker here, and that's just like a USB. So it's pretty simple. It's just two cables basically. It's just one for the video and one for the tracker going in the big bird's nest of cables over to the PC, and it seems to be working.
So you can see there, you've got a studio that's actually moving and tracking around. I'll just dim the opacity on that for a sec. There it is, look. All right. Yeah, look, you got my glamorous assistant there. And this is what you get through. Have a look around the space. Again, if you dim out the studio, you can see that coming in. You can see the bounds of our studio in green. Pretty cool.
This has got a. Just turn the adjuster off.
We're actually now inside Ximitree. We're doing virtual production in the garage, which is pretty cool. And you can see here the different stuff we've got going on. So obviously we spent a bit of time and effort getting our green screen up, and you can see we've got a nice big area to work in here. We'll do some work on the lighting because we want that to be as even as possible, and we've got some more lights to set up which will help us with that. That input then is going into Ximitree, and it's being keyed within the Ximitree keyer. So you can see here that everything in white that we've got is opaque, everything black is transparent. Where's he operating within? Well, he's within our green screen studio space here. And if Cooksey gives the camera a wiggle for me, you'll see that we actually have tracking on this now. You can see the studio space moving within our environment. If you give it a bit more of a wiggle actually, Cooksey, you can see that everything within our crop space here, if you like, is tracked and keyed. Everything outside of it, you can just look around the environment how you want. And with these different pieces of the puzzle, we can actually start to do some virtual production, experiment, play around.
All right. The screen. Can you see like shadows coming and going as I'm waving this around? Oh yeah.
So an area that we are going to be working on some more is lighting, specifically green screen lighting. And core to this is going to be thinking about shadows. Here I've got one of the new lights that we've wired up that we're going to be using to light the green screen itself. And if you take a look on the Ximitree output, you can see that as I'm eliminating shadows with this light, we're basically scrubbing away a load of noise that would be in the background. Now, the eventual discipline that we want to master is having some nice, even lighting, likely at a shallow angle to cover our whole green screen, and then also lighting our talent separately. It might be that we pull the lights to the side so that we get less shadow. You can see if I come close to this light, I'm casting a big shadow all over the green. So these are the kind of things we're going to dial in, we're going to perfect, and even in this small space, with the right principles, we're going to be able to see some big improvements in key qualities. Thinking a little deeper about this dual approach to how we're going to light this, you've seen we've got our cheapy 30 quid DIY lights for lighting the green screen. With these newer RGB light panels, not only have we got things like color temperature and intensity that we can dial in for the subject, it gives us a lot of freedom to be creative and, yeah, make something that's a little bit fun.
So we've set it up, we've got it, we've got the green screen studio, we've got the virtual production PC set up, we've got the camera feeding into that with the tracking data, and it all works. There's a lot of tweaking to do, but we've got most of it.
It's been really good fun to get to this stage. We had a great time building. We're happy that we've got a virtual scene up and running, which is sick. We've got a lot of things to work on still. A big one is the lighting, so that we can get a nicer green screen set of lights and a better key. We want to have a look at doing more enviros. We want to bring some of our nice touch specials in.
So this is just the beginning. We have lots of ideas. This is the space where we're going to test out all of the possibilities for nice touch bridge, what we can do with music and Unreal Engine and virtual production and all sorts of crazy, weird stuff. So I want to see some ideas down in the comments.
It's going to be pretty cool, so stay tuned.